Hey, remember that feeling when you finally get a weekend over at a friend's place and the whole crew ends up pulling out a board game that no one actually knows how to play? You end up spending half the night scrolling through the rulebook, then you're left with a pile of pieces that never get used again. I've been there, and I know the hesitation that comes before you drop money on something that sounds fun, but might end up gathering dust. If you're on the fence about adding a game that promises big screen arcade vibes to your living room, let's break it down together. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Barrington 10ft Premium Roll and Score is marketed as a home arcade that brings the classic pinballish experience into a compact, LED-lit ribbon. The thing that immediately caught my eye is the two-player electronic scoring, which means you can actually keep a tally without having to write numbers on a piece of paper. That sounds great in theory, but the real question is, does it actually make your game nights smoother, or just add another layer of tech you have to troubleshoot? Who should buy it? If your household already has a designated game room, or at least a large enough space where a 10-foot ramp can sit comfortably without tripping over the coffee table, this unit fits. It's also a solid pick for couples who enjoy competitive, fast-paced games that don't require a massive learning curve. The LED ramp lights change colors, so you get a visual cue that makes each round feel like a mini event, and the built-in sound effects add that arcade feel without you needing a separate speaker system. In short, if you're looking for a low-maintenance, visually engaging activity that can handle a couple of players, and you have at least a 12 by 8 foot area, this could be a perfect addition. Who should skip it? If you live in a small apartment, have kids who tend to treat anything with moving parts as a projectile, or if you're hoping for a full-blown pinball machine experience, this isn't the right fit. The ramp is made of durable cork, which is a great surface for the ball to roll smoothly, but it also means the unit is fairly heavy. Moving it around after it's set up is not a breeze. If you're the type who likes to rearrange your living space often, you might find the effort of positioning and repositioning this game a bit of a hassle. Now, let's talk practical strengths. The most immediate benefit I noticed is how the electronic scoring system eliminates the need for a manual scoreboard. When two people are playing, the tallies update instantly, and the LED display is bright enough to be seen across the room even when you dim the lights for a more arcade ambience. This eliminates the classic guesswork of who's actually winning, especially when the game gets fast and the ball is buzzing through the ramp. The rubber targets at the end of the ramp are responsive enough that you get a decent tick sound when the ball hits them, which adds a tactile satisfaction that cheap plastic targets just don't provide. Another practical win is the inclusion of ball return and cup holders. After a round, the balls automatically roll back to the start, so you don't spend time gathering them from the floor. The cup holders keep drinks within reach, meaning fewer spills on the cork surface. In real-world use, that small convenience translates to smoother game flow and less downtime between rounds, which is exactly what makes a short game night feel continuous rather than choppy. On the flip side, there are some weaknesses that become evident once you actually set the thing up. First, the ramp's LED lighting is impressive at first glance, but the color changes are tied to a simple cycle rather than to game events. Unlike a true pinball machine where lights react to your actions, the lights in this product simply rotate every few seconds. If you're looking for dynamic feedback that reacts when you hit a target, you'll find it lacking. That said, the basic illumination still works well for setting a mood, just not for performance cues. Second, the sound effects are preloaded and cannot be customized. They are pleasant enough for a casual game, but if you're a sound aesthetic enthusiast, the limited range might feel a bit stale after a few hours. I ran a quick test by playing a full 30-minute session, and after about 10 rounds the audio began to blend into the background. It isn't a deal-breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you prefer games that keep you audibly engaged throughout. A third consideration is the durability of the cork ramp over time. Cork is great for giving the ball a smooth glide, but it can wear down if you consistently use a heavy set of steel balls. Some users have reported that after a few months of heavy usage, the surface develops shallow scratches that affect the ball's speed. If you plan to use this as a weekly fixture, you might want